Welcome back again to the Voice of Source. Um, it's a pretty nice afternoon. It's Texas, so it's hot in July. Actually, we're in August now. But anyway, this topic I'm going to discuss the five game pieces that makes up a source player experience here in this game. So, as you know, this is a virtual reality simulation. Those of us who are players, we are well acquainted with that. This is a virtual reality simulation, and one of the most important thing is to have a connection to your infinite source self. Your infinite source self is who you really are. And in order for us to actually participate in this game as fractals of source, we needed to have a way to be anchored into the game because we're source, right? We're unbounded, unlimited energy, creative energy. And so in order to be anchored in this game so we could experience materialism, experience dualities, the emotional upswings and downswings and so forth, a container was necessary. And that container is what we call the soul, right? The soul is essentially a golden cage of DNA. And within this golden cage of DNA, which we call the soul, the fractal, the source fractal, who and what we really are, is encased, right? So that we could experience duality, materialism, and all of the different sensations of this game. So the most important game piece, is the source fractal, which is who we are. Now, a very interesting thing about that is that the source fractal only exists on frequency level 5 to 11. Now, there are 11 frequency planes in this game, and each frequency plane has 9 subplanes. And our source fractal only exists on frequency level 5 to 11. Now, everything exists in source, including this game. This game of life that we are playing, experiencing, it exists in source. But when it comes to the different frequency planes, or the frequency realms, or the frequency dimensions, whatever term you choose to use, source does not exist in the lower levels, frequency level 1 through 4. And so any player of source who are vibrating at a lower frequency, indeed in the red zone, they do not have a source self connection, which means they are essentially soulless, right? They are just like the non-player characters that doesn't have a soul. In fact, the most significant difference between the non-player characters and the players of source is essentially the golden cage of DNA that we call the soul that house the source fractal. And because the source fractal only exists on frequency plane 5 to 11, any player vibrating at a frequency lower than 5 essentially does not have a connection to the infinite source self. They're not tuned into the channel where they could get source truth, knowledge, and wisdom. And in order to really be able to play this game on a high level, we have to have a connection to our infinite source self. That's where we get source knowledge. That's where we get source wisdom and information to help us better navigate this game. That's the reason why I know the things that I'm talking about here. It is through my infinite source self connection that this information is given to me. And for me, I'm not sure about anyone else, it comes in the form of a knowing, right? So the first and most important game piece is the source fractal, which is essentially who we are. Then there is the physical body. Of course, the physical body is an avatar. This is the second level of the matrix, so to speak, the dream state reality. There's also another level, which is the physical realm, where we're actually in a meat suit, strapped down, and dreaming this reality, dreaming this experience. And so whenever you look in the mirror, the image that you see looking back at you essentially is your avatar. And that avatar is the physical body. So we have the source fractal, we have the physical body, Then we have the subconscious body. The subconscious body is very, very important. That game piece is very, very important because the subconscious is almost unlimited power, right? It's a subjective mind, so to speak, right? And it can be impressed upon. And so if you notice all of the schooling and the training and the experiences that we have during the first 7 years of our lives, it is designed to condition the subconscious mind in such a way that as we become older, 90+% of our lives will manifest itself automatically from subconscious programming. In fact, the Jesuit had a saying that went, give me the child and I will show you the man. Because they understood that if you train a child in the way that it should go, whenever it becomes older, it will not depart from it. And so those subconscious programmings are essential to get those of us who are completely oblivious to the fact that this is a game to be harvested energy-wise as we react to circumstances and situations that happens to us. So again, we have the source fractal, which is who we are. We have the physical body, which is the avatar that you see when you look in the mirror. We have the subconscious mind, which is a component of our mind. We have the conscious body, right? So the subconscious mind and the conscious mind. The conscious mind is essentially the gatekeeper. It's like the firewall, right? The subconscious mind is unlimited power that just simply respond. So if the subconscious mind is the subjective mind, the conscious mind is the objective mind, right? And so the conscious mind is the mind that says, if somebody say, go kill this person over there, consciously is like, no, I'm not going to go do that, right? That goes against my moral compass or whatever the case might be. So that's where the conscious mind comes in. And then there's the emotional body, which is the fifth game piece. Source fractal, physical body, subconscious body, conscious body, and the emotional body. All of these game pieces are connected together by the soul or the source. All of these 5 game pieces are connected together by the soul, or the soul connects all these game pieces together so that we could experience materialism, so that we could experience duality. I'm going to get a little bit more in depth on the frequency levels, and in addition to that, I'll talk also about the each and every one of the respective game pieces and bodies, because they all serve a specific function. And the matrix puts us in situations where we have to react one way or another, right? The objective of the game is to realize when we are being placed in situations where a reaction will cost us energy, because it's a pay-to-play game, right? And the matrix is finding all kinds of circumstances and situations to put us in so that we can be harvested. Now, it is important to understand the nature of the game so that we could see when we're being placed in situations where harvesting will essentially be part of our experience, right? So as we raise our frequency on the different frequency planes, we become more connected to our infinite source self. And as such, we understand more and more of the game and how to play the game properly. And especially, we have the ability to create our own experiences once we get to a level where we could unlock our script. And I'm going to talk about the scripts, which is another very important aspect of this game, and how it all ties into the experience that we have here as source players. So again, this video was to merely talk about the different game pieces. The source fractal, which is who you are, which is who I am. I'm a player of source, and the source fractal is essentially who I am. Then I also have a physical body, subconscious body, an emotional body, and a conscious body. All 5 of these game pieces are connected together by the soul, and we are here experiencing duality. The soul is a container that houses the source fractal. The source fractal exists only on frequency level 5 to 11. So it is very, very imperative that we raise our frequency high enough, raise our frequency to get at least the frequency level 5, so that we could establish a connection to our infinite source self, because it is through that connection we're able to get source truth, source knowledge, and source wisdom. Anyway, thank you for tuning in. Like, share, and subscribe, and I will see you in the next one.